Today marks the autumn equinox, which means that it is officially fall. Now, I know a lot of us feel like fall have started possibly August 30th, September 1st, around those couple of days, but September 22nd is officially autumn equinox. So, in the celebration of fall, autumn, I wanted to share my fall entertainment list. And a lot of this stuff on here is very much scary, horror, suspense, thriller, my favorite. And is it just me, or does fall mean spooky season? Because that's what it means for me. It's just that energy, it's that time of year, definitely when it starts to get darker a little earlier and earlier as the weeks go on, and then it gets cooler and cooler, definitely here in LA. So it's gonna feel great. It's gonna be great. But anyway, I just wanted to forewarn, just in case people do not like spooky and scary stuff, because some of the stuff that I'm gonna pop up on the screen is going to be very much scary. So forewarning, viewer discretion is advised. So the first movie, or a couple of movies I wanted to talk about is a part of the Conjuring universe, and I am obsessed. When I say obsessed, they are my favorite horror movie, scary movie, paranormal movies. I've always been a long time horror fan. I'm the only one in my household that thoroughly enjoys scary movies. Well, no, now my little brother does, now that he's older. We together enjoy it. But we've watched these movies back to back, like multiple times. In saying all of that, the first movie I want to talk about is The Nun 2. I've been waiting for spooky season, autumn season, for the more appropriate time to watch a scary movie, because when scary movies come out in the summer, it's just like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until fall, and then I'm gonna watch it, because then I can really take in the energy. I can't go see a scary movie and then come out and then it's 90 degrees outside. I don't know, it's just, I would thoroughly enjoy it. Definitely, since it's a part of a universe of movies that I love. Like, I just have to be in that energy to thoroughly take it all in and like enjoy it and like rate it how I really would. So The Nun 2 came out September 8th, but now I'm gonna watch it and see what I think about it. I've been seeing the ads and trailers everywhere for it. I feel like I've seen all of Valak's screen time online already, like throughout all the trailers, because it's just like, come on now. It's like played out. So it's just like, I just want to see the premise of the movie now, and like how it's all going to tie things together, because honestly, Valak is a favorite demon of mine in these movie series. Seeing her storyline play out throughout the years, it's just like, you become a fan low-key. She's very much bad news, but she likes to keep herself present. So I just want to see how they tie all of this together. The next one I wanted to see is The Exorcist, and that doesn't come out till October 6th. So I gotta wait a bit for that. We all gotta wait a bit for that one. I've seen The Exorcist when I was like so young. It was the first, I feel like, paranormal movie that I saw with like demons and spirits and stuff like that. I can't remember my original reaction to it, but to see the remake of it and see this trailer, it's just, it looks really well done again. And of course, the cinematography and all of that has progressed over the years. So I'm excited to see how it comes out. And it's two girls this time, so I haven't seen a play on that before, because usually it's just the one girl, I believe. But yeah, now it's two, and one of them is a Black girl. So I was just like, wow, let's see what they do with this. This is interesting. Up next is Insidious, The Red Door. I think this came out in like July or something, if I'm not wrong. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm just like, I can't watch this right now. So I was like just waiting it off. Of course, I watched the trailer just to, see what it was about or whatever. So now that it's fall, I believe I'm gonna start with this movie. And then I'm gonna go to The Nun. But I'm excited to see that. I've been holding off, I've been waiting, I've been being patient, and now it's time. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start with this one. Possibly this weekend, since it is a Friday. So gonna get all my little snacks. I might go get some popcorn. No, I have to get some popcorn. And I'm gonna have a little movie night, and we're gonna start with that. And this one, The House at the End of the Street, it popped up on my YouTube recommended when I was scrolling through some videos, and I was just like, I've never seen this movie. So I had saved it, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch this during the fall as well. So I had to add it to my list, and you can watch it for free with ads online, and I'm excited to do that. So that's probably gonna also be on my movie list for the weekend. Don't Worry, Darling was another one that I was holding off to watch during the fall. I was only interested because Florence plays in it, and I've kind of become a fan of hers. I've seen a couple of her movies, or just like noticed her, because like her face is beginning to be familiar to me. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like I've seen her from somewhere. So then I'm just like, okay, I had to look into her. I'm like, I've seen a lot of her movies. And since I saw her in this trailer and ad, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch it. No One Will Save You is coming out this weekend on the 22nd. So after I'm done with my movies, I'm possibly gonna start with that one. It's a alien and home invasion movie. So love some good sci-fi, love a good alien movie or TV show, so gotta tune into that one. The trailers I've seen doesn't give much away, but it's very much thriller and horror and sci-fi. Now I do have a couple of romance thrown in here just to soften up the mood a bit, because I'm going to be digesting so much intense content, I feel, for the next couple of months. So I have some romance thrown in there, and I'm sure I'm going to be watching, my favorite animated fall shows and movies. So I didn't add those to this list, but I'll sprinkle those in there here and there just to lighten up the mood. But for a couple of new ones that I was interested in that I saw was the Choose Love interactive Netflix little movie. And the only reason why I wanted to see that, because I'm really not into like dating shows, and like I'm not into that at all. Don't get a kick out of that kind of romance. But I played this online video game, and it gave me that kind of vibe where you choose your character, and it's like real life paid actors, in like a real life kind of obviously written environment, but it's like set as like you're dating. I can't think of the game off the top of my head, but it's very interactive, and you can like make choices throughout their date and who they choose and see what the outcome is at the end. And it's like really interesting. So when I saw that trailer scrolling through Netflix, I was like, I gotta give this a try, because honestly, it reminded me of that. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. I was like, that was fun. That's why I chose that. Another romance is Aericka, The Art of Seduction. This one came out like a week ago, and it seems like a period piece kind of, Bridgerton kind of movie. I guess it's like in France or something, but I was interested in watching that. I can be completely wrong about the location, but yeah, I'm only looking at titles right now, so I can't even like remember off the top of my head where they were from. But I enjoy period piece shows and movies, so I have to just watch it just because. And it seems like the guy is going to try to seduce the woman into falling in love with him. I don't know, it seemed like some kind of bet kind of thing, to prove that he got it or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I like that, because the girl seems like, a very much tough, independent woman. Like she have a past and she defends herself. And I don't know, when I saw the trailer, I was like, I'm interested in this for sure. So I added it to my list. I don't know when I'll get to it, but it is on my list of things to watch when I want to lighten the mood. Oh my gosh, I just found out about the new Hunger Games movie that's coming out in November. I'm just like, I have not seen any trailers for it. So I was just like, is this fake news? Because I didn't hear anything about the next movie coming out. I didn't read the books at all, so I don't really know what's going on here. I was a really big fan of the movies, so I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta see the last one. I saw that Jennifer Lawrence is not a part of this cast, which I'm fine with. So it seemed like there's like a lot of new faces in this movie, and I'm excited to see how they also tie everything together. Now on to TV shows. American Horror Story season 12, I think it's called Delicate. It actually came out like yesterday or the day before. I'm a big fan of the show. The only season I didn't see was the one that came out right before this one, about the one in New York. I completely missed that one somehow. I don't know how, but I completely missed that season. But I really am excited about the season 12. It seemed like Kim K is gonna be in it, and I want to see how she does. I'm not really into like reality TV shows, so I don't really watch the Kardashians at all, or keeping up with the Kardashians at all, so I don't really know how she does on screen like that, like acting wise. So I just want to see how she does in this season, and if she's gonna give what she needs to give. I am gonna be doing a reaction to it, so stay tuned for that. This one is a bit of a random one, but as I was saying, I was scrolling through Netflix and I noticed that Virgin River came out with a new season, and I was like, oh my gosh. And that show just gave me such cozy vibes. So I had to wait for fall again to watch this new season that just came out, because I don't know, it was just such a cute little story. It gave me like soap opera vibes, but like a little modern touch to it. And it's just, again, such a cute story about a doctor who loses her whole family, and she moves to this small town, and she ends up meeting this great guy, and things takes off from there. And she becomes a doctor in the small town, and you know how small town people can be at times, and they show that kind of aspect of it and everything. And yeah, I just grew to love the show, so I'm excited to tune into that one when I'm again trying to lighten the mood. The Witcher season 3, can't wait to catch up and see what they do this season, because I'm gonna have to watch the recap, because it's been a while since I saw the last season. So I'm gonna have to like recap myself a little bit and watch the new season. This show kind of reminds me of Get Out. It's called The Other Black Girl. It's on Hulu, and I believe it's based on a book. And I'll give Hulu props. They are really good at turning these thriller books into a great series. Like, there's so many. I do recommend checking those out. So I'm excited to check this one out. I have not heard of this book or even read it, obviously. But when I saw the trailer, I was like, yes, I had to watch it, because again, I said it reminded me of Get Out. And I was like, yeah, I need to watch that. Now, when it comes to books, I'm a really big fan of Miss JLA. I'm like reading like all of her series, working through reading all her series and all of her books. And she has one coming out on Halloween, which I'm really excited for. And it's called Fire in the Flesh. And I'm just excited to see what comes next, because I waited so long. Like, I'm not about rushing the process of art and writing and any of that, or just work in general, because things take time. But when you be just waiting for the next one, then when they leave you on a cliffhanger and you're just holding on, and it's just like, man, I've been holding on for a long time. So this is book 3 that's coming out, and I'm so excited to read it. Up next is My Daughter's Boyfriend by Daniel Hurst. I was honestly on Goodreads. If you have a Goodreads, follow me at Aericka. I was just scrolling through the thriller category and just seeing the books that they recommended and new releases, and just to get an idea of what I want to read for the fall season. And this book was highly recommended, so I was just like, cool. I haven't read any of his books before, and yeah, I love male authors too as well. So I do read a lot of female authors, but I do like a good male author from time to time. I just noticed that about myself. Just side note. Yeah, I want to see what he's about, and if he's more of a thriller horror author, then he's gonna be one of my fave, hopefully, if I like his style of writing and stuff. Another author that does a lot of thriller and horror genre of writing is Alice Feeney, and I haven't read any of her books either. So she was also recommended on that list, and I was like, I have to try out her book called Rock, Paper, Scissors. And I thought the name was fun. It gave winter vibes because of the snow, and I'm gonna try her out, give her a read. And if it's giving too much winter vibes, then I'll stop myself, I'll put a pin in it, and then I'll save it for winter. But I don't know, I just want to give it a try and see if I like her style of writing, and hopefully I'll find something else that gives more fall, winter, horror vibes that I'm looking for. Freda McFadden is another author that I read last year, I believe, during fall, called The Housemaid, because it was on the list last year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'd give it a try. But I seriously could not sit through that book, guys. It just triggered me so much, how she was treated and how she allowed herself to be treated. And I know desperate times call for desperate measures, and we have to do what we have to do, but it just triggered me too much, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't sit through it, even though I'm sure at the end she possibly flipped the script, but I just couldn't. I couldn't even skip to the end because I just was done with the book. I did like the pace of her writing, I would say. I like that it was very much action oriented. I just didn't like what was going on in that book. So this season, I'm giving her another whirl, and I'm starting off with Ward D, and then I'm gonna read Never Lie after that. Lisa Jules was another one that was recommended. As you can see, I went really based off of that list. And the first book I wanted to try out from her is The Family Upstairs. And the name just sounded really cool. Read the snippet, I was just like, yep, seemed like something I'll be interested in. So I'm gonna give that one a try. And then another one of hers is The Invisible Girl. I am actually starting that one today. So after I finish this video, and I'm gonna eat my lunch, and I'm possibly gonna start reading that one, or I might read it before I fall asleep. I don't know. I have a packed schedule, but I know I'm gonna be watching those movies throughout the weekend. But I know I'm gonna start that book today also, for sure. Don't Let Her Stay by Nicola Sanders. I haven't read any of their work, so yeah, I want to see what Nicola Sanders like. And Don't Let Her Stay, it's definitely a thriller. Leave Me With Lies is a exotic romance series that was recommended to me through this YouTuber that I watch, because she's a big reader, and we're kind of into similar books. So I was recently watching her, and she recommended this book series and this author. So yeah, if I really like it, then I'll keep you guys posted, and I'm possibly going to be adding her to my favorites and reading her whole catalog of books, because that's who I am. But yeah, when I want to lighten the mood with my reading, because a lot of these books are pretty dense, I feel, within the horror and thriller category. And I don't even know how deep some of these stories are going to get, because Miss Freda last year, she triggered me. It was too deep for me, obviously. So I don't know how deep they're going to get. So I added this one in here so that I can have a little, break with my reading from time to time as well. I really thought this through, because when you consume a lot of kind of intense content or any kind of content, it just be on your mind so much, and then like you'll start freaking yourself out and having so many dreams. At least that's how it is for me. So when I'm feeling a bit kind of tense with the storylines that I'm getting myself into this fall with this spooky season, I just have to throw in some romance, because that always lightened my mood, and yeah, makes me feel good, because then I'm like, yes, at least somebody's getting some love somewhere, and it's not all just freaking death and gore and suspense and horror, So in saying that, I threw in another series, because I be reading through these too fast. Like, it take me like 2 or 3 days to read through it. So I'm like, I need this catalog of lists. That's why I created this list for myself way back. I think I started this in spring of this year. The last series I wanted to mention is the Devil series by Miss Elizabeth. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name right now, because I keep stumbling over my words. But you won't know that because I keep cutting it out. But I just can't pronounce her last name right now, and I just don't want to embarrass myself. But she was another author that was recommended to me by the YouTuber. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to add this one to my list. And since it's called The Devil, I was just like, perfect for the spooky season. But anyway, yeah. So that's my list. That's what I'm going to be getting up to for the fall season. Mostly all the new stuff that I'm getting myself into. Of course, I'm going to be spinning the block on my favorite traditional fall shows and movies, for old time, definitely for family night, because, again, I'm one of the only people in my household that enjoys a really scary, spooky movie. So a lot of this is going to be on my own until my brother can watch some of this with me, but until then, it's cool, it's whatever. I'm excited, actually. But yeah, I'll do an updated video at the end of fall, so right after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna do a video updating you guys on what I actually watched, because things happen, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to every single thing on this list. So I'm gonna do a video then updating you guys on what I actually end up watching or reading, kind of what I did for my summer video, but fall edition, just to end off the season, let you guys know what I really got up to, what I really thought about what I watched. I'm gonna be doing some reactions to some of this stuff, so you will be seeing that. And yeah, let me know, like, recommend me some things so I can add it to this list. Maybe I'll choose it over some of the things that I put on here, because it's way better. Just let me know. Leave me a comment below recommending me some stuff, because yeah, even some romance things or some things to lighten the mood. What are some of your favorite fall traditional shows and movies to watch? Things that make you feel all cozy or spooky. It don't matter. Recommend it all to me. But yeah, until then, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye.